I already recorded this video once on the range, but I had some audio issues, so we're going to try it again in the house, and then I'll splice in footage from that range trip to prove some points along the way. I obviously don't want to use live rounds in my house, but I wanted to demonstrate some points with live ammo. Now, today we're going to talk about the forward assist, which is this button right here. It's been a really controversial topic recently, really for two reasons, although there are some others as well. When Forgotten Weapons and InRange TV decided to make their What Would Stoner Do AR-15, one of the things that they said was that they did not think that the forward assist was something that Stoner wanted on his rifle. He claimed that added weight and wasn't very important and didn't really do anything. The idea is that if the rifle is functioning like it's supposed to, then you will never actually need to hit the forward assist, because the forward assist isn't supposed to really be there. Now, what the forward assist does is, because the AR-15 doesn't have an external charging handle for you to hit if the rifle doesn't go into battery, the forward assist interfaces with these chatter marks along the bolt that you can see right there, and it hits those so you can push the bolt forward and push it into battery if it won't chamber around. So if the bolt is stuck open like that, and mine won't stick open without something in the chamber, you can push the forward assist forward, and it will basically jam the bolt forward, forcing whatever is stuck inside the chamber into the actual chamber, which can cause problems in certain situations. Now first, let's talk about some problems that the forward assist actually faces, and that is that this is an empty chamber. That is that if you go to chamber a round and let's say something is wrong with the round. For example, if you watched my video recently on Indian 7.62x51, one of those rounds, as I went to chamber it in my bolt action, got bent upwards and the round was not centered. It was just having all sorts of other problems. So I pulled it out and did that again. Well, if that round was happening in my semi-auto, in my AR, or something like that, of course with ammo chambered for this rifle, and I hit the forward assist, instead of getting that bad round out of the chamber, being able to inspect it and see the problem, I might force that bad round into the chamber and cause some other issues that could have happened. This is what InRange and Forgotten Weapons mean when they call the forward assist a jam enhancer. Instead of making your problem better, it can jam something where it is not supposed to be. Let's say you have mud or gunk that's in the chamber and you push that in. It could cause it to chamber around when there shouldn't be a round chambered, and you have a bore obstruction, and that would make a bad day for everyone. Well, that is except for the person you're trying to shoot at. They would probably be fine. The second is because of a high-profile court case that happened recently, where somebody used an AR-15 to shoot 3 people that were against them. I'm going to try and use politically neutral language because I believe there is a format for talking about the events of that. I do not believe that this is it. However, today I would like to talk about the mechanics and what I think might have happened in that situation to both cause the jam and why pushing the forward assist might have actually been the right option in that situation. So as I'm talking about the situations that unfolded in that court case, I'm going to call the person who had the rifle Kilo, and everybody else is going to be person 1, 2, and 3. If you don't know enough about the situation to distinguish from that, I'll try and provide enough detail that gives enough information without requiring you to do a whole lot of extra research. I've also heard some people say that the forward assist is there because if your bolt is locked back, you can't actually get it closed, and you need to get it closed to disassemble it. If you have an AR, you know that the bolt is flush with the back of the upper receiver when the bolt is closed, and so when it is open, it stops you from being able to open it. So that the forward assist is also there, so that if there is a jam that you need to take apart the rifle to clear, you can hit the forward assist and jam the bolt forward so that you can get the rifle apart and clean and clear it. So that is reason number 1 that I think the forward assist adds value, is that if you need to take the rifle apart to clear a malfunction, you can actually do that. And you couldn't do that otherwise with certain malfunctions if the forward assist was not there to allow you to jam the bolt home. Now, there are a lot of things that are unclear about the Kilo Romeo situation, but one of the things that we know is that he fired his rifle at person number 2, and then person number 3 says they saw him pull the charging handle. He actually says that he hit the forward assist because he saw that his bolt was about an inch open. So he hit the forward assist and then had a round in the chamber that he was able to fire at person number 3 when he felt that that was necessary. Now, when he said he used his forward assist, that sparked a lot of outrage, and I saw a few people saying different things, so I'd like to address those claims. The first thing was they said he should have had a more expensive rifle. I believe he had a very inexpensive, like a DPMS rifle, and I can honestly see claims for that. I can honestly understand why people say those kinds of things. Inexpensive rifles are going to have more malfunctions usually than upper tier rifles. So they said, well, if he would have bought a more expensive rifle, he wouldn't have actually needed the forward assist. Maybe that's true. Maybe it was also an ammo problem. Those are the types of things we just won't know. But I'd like to pose another theory. When he was in that situation, he was knocked down on the ground and person number 2 came to hit him with a skateboard. So he fired his rifle at person number 2, and I've even heard some claims that the person actually grabbed the barrel of his rifle, or maybe it was another person who grabbed the barrel of his rifle. Now, that is an important detail, and also another thing I would like to note was that when he fired, his rifle wasn't really in his shoulder so much as it was like up here, being pulled away. So that is an important detail too. This type of rifle, the way it works, you probably know this, is gas is tapped off of the barrel, sent back through a tube, and then works with the bolt to force the bolt back and push the bolt forward. It's possible for that bolt to go back but not gain enough velocity to be able to push the round all the way forward. And this is a type of malfunction that causes a failure to feed. So personally, what I think might have happened, and of course the cheap gun theory is always present, when the person was pulling on his barrel or because he didn't have his rifle firmly in his shoulder, the bolt had enough inertia to go back far enough to pick up the next round, but not enough inertia to push it forward hard enough to actually get it into the chamber. You can cause this type of malfunction manually by pulling your rifle back and slowly pushing the round into the chamber. Depending on your rifle, it does happen with mine. If you do that, the bolt will not go all the way forward because it doesn't have enough energy to actually send the locking lugs forward. But if you pull the charging handle all the way back... This is 8mm Mauser Man in post, and what you're about to witness is the audio glitch that I had when I was on the range shooting this rifle. It was because the new sound equipment that I have cannot handle the spikes in volume. What I say is that if you just pull the charging handle back and release it like you are supposed to do, then the rifle will feed normally. Then you will have enough energy to get the bolt all the way forward. That means your rifle is functioning correctly. So, in that instance, he had a round that was in the chamber, but the bolt wasn't all the way forward holding it. Another thing that I've heard people say is that he should have done a tap rack clear or a tap rack bang. I know it hurts to put this Amend 2 mag into an M16A1, but it's what I have next to me that is unloaded, and I'm not going to put a loaded mag in this rifle inside my house that I don't intend to use. So a tap rack bang is if you have a malfunction like that, you tap the magazine, you rack the rifle, and then you pull the trigger or you observe the situation, whichever is necessary for your situation. As I demonstrate in my time on the range, the issue with that theory is that if you do a tap rack bang and the round is not all the way in the chamber, then likely the extractor claw has not actually gotten around the rim of the round. You see, it's not fully in battery, it's open just a little bit. Now, if he was in this position and he needed to get to his firearm quickly and he did a tap, rack, bang, it would be tap, rack, and bang. Okay, you can see I caused a double feed. I caused a double feed because the round that was in the chamber wasn't inside of the extractor yet. So because it wasn't inside of the extractor yet, when I pulled the round back, I just pulled a new round from the magazine and I got nothing. In fact, that tap rack clear might actually be the jam enhancer in that situation. It's possible. Maybe your rifle behaves differently, but at least with my rifle, which is functioning correctly, that's the result that I have. So, in the case that he tried a tap rack clear, what would have actually likely happened is a double feed. Instead of actually pulling the old round out, he would have just pushed a new round right behind the old round. Then he would have had to pull out his magazine, rack both those rounds out of the chamber, make sure the one in the barrel actually did come out, put his magazine back in, and then he would be ready to go. That would have taken a lot of time, and the person standing in front of him, person number 3, was holding a firearm. So he did not know what would have happened if he had to go through that whole process. So what did he actually do? Well, he hit the forward assist. And if you have a round that is mostly chambered and you hit the forward assist job is to make that round all the way chambered. I demonstrated this on the range with the same malfunction that I caused myself by slowly letting down the bolt. And when I hit my forward assist, it actually did chamber the round, and the round was able to be fired. So I do want to say with this particular firearm, this is my A1 clone, but the forward assist, upper receiver, and bolt are all factory original. And part of what that means is that the forward assist is worn out. So it takes a little bit more attention to detail than a properly working forward assist that you can just slap. One of those things I want to fix, but haven't gotten around to yet because it really is a pretty uncommon thing. But I'm in the same situation. Bolt's a little bit open. If I pull the trigger, nothing will happen. So instead of tap, rack, bang, I'm just going to press the forward assist in the right spot. There we go. Finally got it. Took a few hits. All right, now it's closed, and now it will fire. Okay, so because of this, it is my opinion that hitting the forward assist was the proper idea instead of a tap, rack, bang. So as a brief summary of what we've talked about, many people are against the idea of a forward assist because in Stoner's case, he did not actually believe the forward assist was necessary, nor was it practical to use. Those people believe that the forward assist causes extra weight, something else sticking off of your rifle that can get snagged on things, which is a fair claim. And people claim that if you are in the position where you feel like you should use the forward assist, you should solve it by other ways because pushing that round into the chamber will likely cause more problems than it fixes. Another thing that we talked about is that if you need to do an emergency disassembly of your rifle, the forward assist is a helpful way to do that if the bolt won't close. Because without the forward assist, the bolt will get stuck open and you can't disassemble the rifle. We also discussed that we will never actually know the true cause of the malfunction that he experienced in his rifle. And we also addressed how a tap rat clear could have made the situation far, far worse by causing a double feed instead of just having one round that won't fully chamber. Finally, we talked about how Kilo hitting his forward assist made it so that his rifle was ready in case there was another threat. And when that other threat came, he was able to use his rifle. Regardless of your thoughts on the political situation, if I were Kilo, I would be kissing my forward assist before going to bed every single night, because I think it probably saved his life. So those are my thoughts and opinions on the forward assist, but I would genuinely and actually love to hear what you guys think. I know it's YouTube and it's cheesy, but that is a serious thing. I'm curious what your thoughts are. But as for me, I intentionally caused some malfunctions in my M16A1 and I lived on.
Which proves it's hard to get the best of a man named John.
John.